음흠. 뭐야, 이런 게 있니? 어디 보자. 여기로 가라고? 하고 있는데. 금방 간좀 비가 오네. 응? 뭐야? 얘네? 아,
I'm Carl.
접니다.
I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
이어 포포드니까.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter. You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone, but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of Saint Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I
그럼.
am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. God be with you.
담배를 벗어야 된다고? 어디요? 거기라고. 여긴 것 같은데? 아닌데 여기? 맞나?
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
이거 좀 읽고 오는 게 나았을 거야. 대답.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam. Et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
모르는데?
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
또로롱.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
It was my choice. For a common lad like me, it's the easiest way to get an education and do something worthwhile with my life.
It looks like we're both here for the same reason. I think we'll get along.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go.
그래.
Remember one word. Discipline.
어깨 안
It's your
되던데 이거.
job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
나보자. 쓰라기야.
Salve Domine. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free
그냥
bed
빈
there,
침대 쓰면 돼.
which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the cicatas, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
You wouldn't happen to know about a brawl that happened here not long ago? Apparently it involved two carpenters who were being treated here, and they were fighting with a monk?
A monk? I've no idea.
숨 쉬는 거야? 쓸만한 건 없어 보이고 락픽은 없고 여긴 어디야?
I've read one of the manuscripts copied by one of the novels.
Cereals.
일단은 누가 파이어스인지 알아내고
He was stomping about like a bear.
오 내꺼 상 업무 네블라스 형제가 감독 업무 예배 식사 저녁기도 수면 전까지 자유 7시 지금 몇 시야? 네? 고등이 고신 어두워
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
Listen, brother. Is there anyone in the monastery who can help me get hold of something, well, something that's not so readily available?
Oh, yes? And what sort of thing are you talking about exactly? Forget about it, brother, and focus on prayer and work.
얘 아닌가 보네. 오. 몇 시라고?
Salve Domini.
4시? 얼마 안 자는구나. 여기도. 보니우스? 안토니우스. 한 명이 안 보이는 것 같은데. 한 명이 없는데? 가본데.
Salve, Domine.
잘 보고. 확인만 해볼까? 없는데. 파일은 안 갖고 있네.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You won't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad.
여기서 찍는 펍. 음주.
Ah, down the hatch.
먼저 앉아.
Every gulp a treat, isn't that the truth?
No wonder. With our throats going dry all day.
Next time we'll get the Yonok to bring some rye.
What would you like?
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Drinking.
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
Why not? I've had enough opprobria and obedientia for one day.
That's what we like to hear.
Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
네블라스.
Neverlas.
To Neverlas? To the abbot he's never been and never shall be? No, lad. A toast to our future abbot, John!
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Jodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book.
Who'd tear up a book like that? Brother Librarian might know. Gregor, talk to me.
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
do us a favor, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Thanks, but I won't have any more. I need my sleep.
As you wish, brother, as you wish. We'll be heading off soon ourselves.
좋아, 좋아.
What's there left to drink?
To our fresh young novices, our swift steeds, and our boundless...
오케이. 지금 서로에 만나는 거고 걔랑 요독 차이 높는데? 아니 깨시면 일어난다 하지 않았어? 오전 3시 네? 응? 1시 안 가면 땡겨와봐. 뭐요? 네? 여기가 아니에요? 어딘데? 여기가 아닌가? 이거 어딘지 모르겠는데? 응? 컷이잖아. 안 보인. 기도를 하고 식사를 하네. 기도는 어디서 하냐? 저쪽에서 하나.
We
그치요? 음. 이런 식으로 대기를 타야 되나? 되게 느리다.
But as for coarse jests and idle words, or words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban.
먹는구나.
For such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth. The rule of Saint Benedict. Idleness is the enemy of the soul. Therefore, the brethren should be occupied at certain times in manual labor, and again at fixed hours in sacred reading. To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October. When they come out from prime in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. From the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour, having left the table, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence. Or if
걔가 차는 거야?
perhaps wants to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly brethren should be assigned from idleness, and at the same time not to overburden them or drive them away with excessive toil. Their weakness must be taken. Abbot. The rule of Saint Benedict.
뭔 소리야?
Readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says.
이렇게 올라가라고. 이렇게 내려오고.
Sought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech.
God be with
so
you.
much the more. Silence so important. Permission to speak. Even though it be for good, holy, edifying.
화열장을 눌러봐. 아니쯤? 한 시간 동안이네. 후당. 인가? 뭘 하라는겨? 또 채워졌네.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. I want you to prepare 2 marigold decoctions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
어떻게 만드는데요?
What is it, brother?
아주 램프가 또 하나요? 정말 이런 게 있네. 세기풀량 세기풀 한 줌, 물, 세기풀 한 줌, 산소국 2줌, 물 넣고 세기풀 넣고 한 번 끓이고 산소국 2개 슥슥 넣고. 오케이. 여기 산소국 물 넣고 다음 세기풀 한 줌 넣고 얼마 한번 해주고 한번 뒤집어주고 산소국 물 약병 집어서 좋았어. 기회를 제조했어 내가? 뭐야 2개가 됐네? 연금술 연금술 별론데? 하나 배워야겠다. 됐습니다.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
뭐해 나? 정웬 도서관 업무. 여기서 아씨 뺏길 수 없구나.
Ah, Gregor, talk to me.
Is there anything I could help with?
You know, there is. Perhaps you've heard that Abbot Peter is gravely ill. I'm interested in medicine, and I know there's a cure for the abbot's ailment. With your help, I could find out the details, and together you and I could give old Peter a few more years to do good. What do you say?
What do you need me for?
In order to get the recipe for this medicament, a few rules will need to be broken. Now, you know, most of the brothers believe every illness is a message from God, and that it's not our place to deny his will. I, however, think if God sent us not just illnesses, but also the medicine to cure them, then it's our duty to relieve people of their suffering. The cure for Abbot Peter's illness could be contained in one of the books in our library, but it will certainly be amongst the libri prohibiti, the forbidden books, those we aren't permitted to read.
Why are they forbidden?
Because they contain occult and demonic practices, witchcraft and all manner of evil. Or so some people claim. It's nonsense, of course. This is nothing but a book of medicine, albeit one written by a pagan. Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, is universally acknowledged to be a wise man. But here, at some point, someone decided his book is the work of a Saracen devil and must be kept under lock and key. Since then, no one can even talk about the book. But the three wise men were from the East, were they not?
Where can I find it?
In the library, there's a large cabinet with a lock on it. The forbidden books are inside. You'll easily recognize what you're looking for. The cover has not only a Latin inscription, but also Saracen letters. Bring it to me, but leave the other books there. No one will notice if one book disappears, but if more were to vanish, someone would certainly begin to look into it, which is exactly what we don't want.
Is there anything you can tell me that would help?
There's a key to the cabinet in the prior's chambers. The librarian should have another one, or you can acquire some lockpicks. But I can't tell you where or how. Perhaps Brother Salarius could help.
I'm ready.
One more important thing. There's always someone in the library during the day. To pass unwatched, you'll need to go at night. It's locked, but I'm sure you'll manage to get in. They say Brother Salarius understands locks. But don't tell him why you need it. Once you have the book, bring it to me, and I'll then use it to make Peter's medicine. We'll soon have the election of the abbot over and done with.
셀라리우스 수사라는데? 여기서 5까지니까 그러면 되겠지. 도서관 업무 4시 오후 예배 시켰어. 7시 기도 전까지 그리고 노사 됐어. 여기가 아닌가? 와, 뜨는데? 놀새가 있어? 왜 뜨는 거구나. 여긴가? 아니네. 여기 있었네.
Aha, Gregor. Talk to me.
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Just for fun.
까비.
Pull the other one, brother. It's got bells on. Anyway, you're barking up the wrong tree. I can't help you. What would you like?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Can you leave the monastery?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can get in or out.
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
What's it to you? Do you have some or not?
Peace, brother. There's no need to get all worked
뭐
up.
이걸로 하면 돼?
So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
음식이 필요. 나는 이게 어딘지 구분이 안 가네. 어디지? 여기 아니고 여긴가? 여기 잠겨 있는데? 길을 잃었다. 아닌데?
Is someone there?
오늘 됐겠지 뭐.
Don't move them up.
어딘지 기억이 안 나는데? 아, 여기구나.
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
I had other affairs that needed to be attended to immediately. It will never happen again.
Brother, I wasn't born yesterday. This is your first warning. Don't do it again.
아니, 미안하다고 했잖아요. 뭘 하라고? 필사를 하라고?
Salve, be well.
뭘 보고 필사를 하는 거야, 이게. 잠깐만 보고. 맞나 모르겠네.
My boy, what have you done? This is a disaster. What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book. Do you know what it is?
It appears to be a page torn out of Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who. Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great
10페이지야?
importance. If you can
와,
find all 10
꽤
pages,
많네.
I'll be most grateful.
Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it. The pages of the book could be hidden anywhere, from the garden to the refectory.
Can you tell me something about the book?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothered Eustace so much about it, but as I was saying, he considered the book to be immoral and tore it up to stop it corrupting any of his brothers.
I found a few pages of the torn-up book, but I still don't have them all.
Wonderful. Keep looking then. I'm sure you can find the rest.
그 다음 계획이 뭔데? 4시 후 예배. 여기가 먹는 거 바로 옆으로 올라온 거구나. 아무도 없네. 얘만 조심하면 된다는 거 아닌가?
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
아주 어려움인데? 그러니까 어려움. 될지 모르겠네.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor, and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
Brother? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
You're right, brother.
This is your second warning. Do it again and you will be punished.
아, 부임 안 지키는 걸로 처리됐구나. 자, 7시까지 돌려. 그 전까지
For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with his will and murmurs, not necessarily with his lips, but simply in his heart, then even though he fulfills the command, yet his work will not be acceptable to God, who sees that his heart is murmuring. And far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers, unless he amend and make satisfaction.
일어나. 전까지 자유시간이잖아. 뭐 셀 모시갱이를 찾아다녀야 될 것 같은데. 아, 수도사래.
Salve.
막백준 어디였냐?
Shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they don't.
Did you have to finish someone's weeding in the garden again?
Yet again. I've had enough of it.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although, it's not important. Welcome to Purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my
얘다.
past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka of Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything.
Smil.
But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest,
Smil?
the lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
But you didn't have to come here if you didn't want to.
No, not if I didn't mind being left to beg alms by the city gate. I had one choice, the monastery or nothing. If it had come to that after my father's death, so be it. But to get rid of me while he's still alive...
Doing that kitchen. I bet they keep the tastiest morsels for themselves.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
Things will get better with the new abbot.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
In the middle of the night, I saw the brother Circators drinking and playing dice.
How marvelous. Did you join in? And more importantly, can I join in next time?
Siskin? I thought it wasn't allowed.
If the Circators can, we all can.
That's not how it works, though, is it?
I know. A double standard. The elder brothers can do as they please, but they're the ones preaching about morality to us. Salve Domine.
라니한테 말을 걸어봐야겠네.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
What can you tell me about Siskin?
Not a lot. I don't know him. Actually, I don't know much about him at all, except that he's not a stickler for rules.
You really don't know anything about anyone? Well, thanks anyway.
Don't get upset. I'm sorry I can't tell you more. I just haven't felt like getting to know anyone yet.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas.
수상하긴 한데.
Nothing else matters.
Morsels for themselves. Give us the slop that's left
Come
over.
on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
쓸모가 없단 말이지. 대화로.
Things will get worse.
Aha, Gregor. Talk to me.
이게 못 사겠는데.
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it.
Abbot Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the auction.
너무 배분율이 좀 다른 거 아니야?
Wish all good health.
이런 거 하나하나 살 수 있겠지.
It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
여친?
What troubles you?
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. What can you tell me about Siskin?
That there's no man alive less suitable for the monastic life than him.
You don't know young Lord Capon.
I've heard things. Siskin must have been like him. Fighting, drinking, fornicating. But then he ended up in here.
Why is he in the monastery?
No one knows. Maybe he's hiding from something. Or maybe he's being punished.
Do you think he has a secret?
Don't we all? But unlike the others, he absolutely refuses to speak about his life before the monastery.
That's all I wanted to know about him. Thanks. What about Yodok?
Be on good terms with him. If you show even the slightest hint you don't like him, he'll make your life hell. He's a slimy little pedant who'll rat you out to the superiors. Once he finishes his novitiate, I imagine he'll want to climb his way up the ladder to at least Sir Cater. He's a man who enjoys ordering others around.
I'm interested in Lucas.
No one knows much about him. He doesn't talk to anyone. He works, eats, sleeps, then does it all again the next day. It's as if he wanted to get it all over with as soon as possible. By it, I mean his entire life.
That's all. Thanks.
In the night, I saw the brother cicadas drinking.
이런 거 말하려는 게 아니었는데.
And why aren't you spending your nights sleeping instead of creeping around spying on your brothers?
I only wanted to...
I know, brother, I know. But you need to understand that novices shouldn't be poking their noses into the affairs of elder brothers.
You're right. I'm not going to get involved.
A wise decision. You know, life in a monastery is much like life outside in many ways. The monastery walls don't keep out human pride and hatred.
Really? I thought monks were above that sort of human folly.
They became monks, Gregor, but that didn't stop them being men. Be on your guard as much as you ever were outside. Lies, jealousy, vengeance. They can hurt you here as much as anywhere.
Thanks for the advice. Although I don't know if I can follow it.
That's up to you, brother.
가스가 좀 심상치 않은데. 핑맨 어디 갔냐?
He'll still be on this earth for many years to come. I will
핑맨이 있어야 되는데.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around in the corridor at night. What am I saying, creeping? It was stomping about like a bear.
락핑맨 어디 간 거야? 보이지가 않냐?
He'll still be on this earth for many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him, but I want change.
Wait till he pays off. There's no rush.
I've read one of the manuscripts copied by one of the doctors. Is that touch?
안 보여.
I think someone's spying on us.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other novices. What can you tell me about Lucas?
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about him. I've tried so many times to talk to him, but he always backs away like a virgin on a wedding night.
Tell me about Antonius.
Well, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with of course the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul, he's easy to talk to, and you can always rely on him.
I'm interested in Yodok.
What could interest you about him? He's a no-good rat. He'll turn you in for the price of a turnip. I'd bet my life that if he wasn't here, he'd be a cumin scout, bowing and scraping for a few groschen.
That doesn't sound too flattering.
It wasn't meant to. No matter what you do here, watch out for him. He's got his eye on everyone, and he'll rat on you for even the slightest of infractions.
That's all. Thanks.
아니.
No, clear off. Let me sleep.
쟤한테 바꿨어야 되는데. 빅을 할 수 없지. 이 숲도 좀 귀찮은데. 너가 저지른 거야. 없네?
What's there left to drink to? To our fresh young novices, our swift steeds, and our boundless sellers.
You and your novices, you old pervert.
아니, 앉아있으면은 은신이 놀러 붙는 거구나. 아무것도 안 보여. 아.
Treasures in
얘 같은데 말이지. 락 필기 없어. 락 필기 없어. 음. 고고고고고고. 모르겠다. 생각 말할수 비행기를 타고 날아왔다. 뚠뚠뚠뚠. 빠빠빠빠빠빠빠빠빠빠. 후후.
For it is written, in much speaking you will not escape sin.
어,
And
나
in
어디서
another
먹어?
place, death and life are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples were tasked to be silent and to listen. And for that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior,
아.
What troubles you?
I was talking last night with the brother Cicators. It seems you're to fetch them a cask of wine.
The rule of
like
Saint
last
Benedict.
time.
Reads on
well,
humility. The first degree of
yes,
humility is obedience
it's
without
true.
delay. This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than
I'd like to
Christ,
help you.
Who, because of the holy service, they have
Would you
professed,
really do
and
it?
fear of
To
hell,
get hold of the
glory
wine,
of life
we'll have to
everlasting.
leave the monastery
As
for a
soon as
bit.
anything has
I
been
know it's
formed by its
forbidden,
superior,
but
receive
we've
it
no
as a
other option.
divine command,
If wine
and
started
cannot
going
suffer
missing
any
here,
delay
someone
in
would
executing
notice.
it.
But to leave the
This
monastery, we
very
need the
obedience will
keys.
be acceptable
And only
to
the
God
prior
and
has
pleasing
those.
to men
Wait a
only
moment.
if
Are
what
you
is
saying I'm supposed to
commanded
steal
is
the
done
prior's
without
keys
hesitation.
so I can go and steal wine
Delay
somewhere else?
with warmness,
You see why I don't want to do it
grumbling,
myself
or
now,
objection.
do you?
For the
I don't have what it
obedience given to
takes.
superiors is
I
given
can't
to
get
God.
those keys, but you
For
could.
the disciple obeys with
Oh, you might be able to pick the locks.
not
But you've done it once
necessarily with his
before,
lips,
haven't you?
but simply in his heart.
Last time the
Then
prior
even
was
though
sick,
he fulfills
and he
the
left the
commandment,
monastery keys in the
yet
Sir
his word
Cater's
will
care.
not be
So they
acceptable
unlocked the
to
gates
God,
for me.
who sees that his heart
This time
is
we'll have to
murmuring,
steal the
and
keys.
far from gaining a reward for such work as this,
How can I get
he
hold
will
of the
incur
keys, do you think?
punishment due to murmurers,
I don't know,
unless he
but it might be
amends
possible to
in
do this without them.
satisfaction.
Brother Salarius, the cellar keeper, used to be a burglar. He knows his way around locks, and maybe could help us, if you could find a way to arrange it.
Do you think he'll want to take part in theft?
No, but he could give some advice, or maybe get some lockpicks to open the gate. You'll figure something out.
If you think so, I can try.
Once you have the key or some lockpicks, come and see me and we'll make our plan.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may...
뭐였지? 6시,
God be with you, brother.
8시, 방음.
Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, or ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil work.
요...
Idle words or words that move to laughter, these be condemned.
What would you like?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
뭐 각성 모시기. 주요 중풀 하나와 박하를 갈고 맛을 넣고 모래시계 한 번, 모래시계 2번 중류. 일단 증류를 넣고 두 파랑 요즘 2개 알고 거를 넣고. 자. 모래시계 한 번. 또 두 번. 물무잘만 더 해주고. 모래시계 한 번 더 주면. 다음에 종류 때리고. 이렇게 만들기 쉬운 걸로 해서. 벨라도나 갖고 있니? 상관없네. 이걸로 하자. 빼기풀 한수국. 둘, 셋, 번. 물 넣고. 빼기풀 하나 천수국. 빼기풀. 오. 한수국. 한수국. 약병. 뭐야, 된 거야? 안 되지 않았어, 방금? 됐네. 다시. 빼기 천수. 물. 빼기. 오케이. 야, 됐다. 이 정도면 뭐. 그렇지.
Peace be with you, brother. What is it, brother?
I finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent.
Yes. 언제까지더라? 성호 사서. 아주 약간 지난 건 예, 여긴가?
Peace be with you, brother.
예수. 여기 아닌데? 아, 여기다. 예수, 여기로 가.
What would you like?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you.
이게 뭐라 써놓은 거야, 이게? 좋았고. 예, 정도.
I can hardly believe it. Good gracious, so many mistakes.
까비. 네시. 그리고 도도도도도도 다다다다다다.
Easter until the calends of October. When they come out
Salve,
at
be
5
well.
in the morning, let them labor at whatever is necessary until about the 4th hour. And from the 4th hour until about the 6th, let them apply themselves to reading. After the 6th hour having left, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence. Or if anyone may perhaps want to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not
잠시만요.
None be said rather early at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Sickly brethren should be assigned a task or craft of such
아닌가 봐.
Let's hope things will settle down around here. You mean after the
뭐였지?
Hamburg attack on the
박핑맨?
brigand's secret camp? Big battle. Them fuckers filled the whole of Pribyslavitz. The Tamberg garrison had to get reinforcements. They cleared that wasp's nest good and proper.
근데 아닌데. 아니요. 아니요.
I'm telling you.
What is it, brother?
Around in the corridor, Master. What am I saying creeping? He was stomping about like a bear.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big, terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times, I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
What kind of a book is it?
I found it here in the library. It was on a shelf where it should never have been. So I hid it to read later. It's the Necronomicon. Ghosts, demons, and invocations of powers beyond our world. Only it's written in a strange language that I can't really make sense of. All bara this and bara that. Who knows what it means? I tried to count the syllables, read the words backwards, but nothing. I'm not getting anywhere with it.
Oh. I'm not too sure what the prior or the cicator would say about a book like that. Actually, what anyone would say. It sounds quite prohibited.
Ah, prejudice. But you're right, it is prohibited. For no good reason, though. Has knowledge ever done anybody any harm?
You're right. Knowledge should never be prohibited.
Oh, I'm glad you agree.
얘 아니고 쟤 아니고.
Just take a look at the book. Maybe you'll be able to make some sense of it. I haven't
루카스가 없는
grasped
것
a single
같네.
syllable. Just please don't tell anyone about the book. If the brothers learn that I took it from the library and hid it, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Our brothers' minds are closed to a thirst for knowledge.
됐다.
I'll leave you be. Don't worry, I won't follow you again.
Thank you. And please, Gregor, don't...
그래. 루카스가 맞는 것 같아. 아니 락핑맨 어디 갔어? 근데 바로 갔나? 아이씨. 락픽을 좀 얻어야 되는데 락픽면 어디 가는 거야 쟤? 올 시간이 이렇게 많아 여기. 락픽면 진짜 어디 갔지?
I think I'm going to cry.
It's that touching, is it?
Touching? More like infuriating.
Salve Domini.
A horrible, abominable waste of time. How can you no respect for writers?
어디 간 거? 락픽 어디? 진짜 어디 갔지?
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
인데 없는데
And it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his.
아 찾았다.
What is it, brother?
판매 단어
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath.
What would you like?
Then he'd soon get his man.
About those keys.
Did you get them? Keys? Or at least lockpicks?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
오케이 꺼져봐 가정 전에 꺼져 와 이 정도면 많이 진행됐구만. 장 전이라 그랬으니까 11시쯤 끊고
Praise be to our Lord. What troubles you?
Here I am.
You're late, but perhaps we can still make it. Once we're outside, we'll need to be careful, and we'll need to be quick. If we're not back before sunrise, someone will realize we've gone, and there'll be hell to pay.
Where exactly are we going for the wine?
Next to the monastery is the house of the custodian, a baron who provides military protection to the monastery. We'll take the wine from him.
Why go to all that trouble? Aren't the monastery wine cellars full?
They are, but Brother Celerius keeps records of all the casks, and the prior checks them. They'd investigate if any went missing. Whereas, if someone outside loses the odd cask, they're not going to suspect us monks.
That does sound reasonable. How do we do that once we're there? Will we need to break into the custodian's cellar?
We needn't break in anywhere. It's on the ground floor and usually unlocked. It holds supplies for the whole craftsman's yard, and every now and again, someone comes in to fetch something. The only thing we have to make sure is that nobody sees us.
What particular wine are the cicadas after?
They want some Znaimo wine. But there's no way we'll be able to tell what's what. We'll just grab a cask and head off. I doubt the custodian would have anything of poor quality in his cellar.
The brothers will complain.
They'll complain even more if they've nothing to drink at all.
I'm ready. We can head off.
All right. You have the outside keys, so get unlocking.
야야. 어디로 가야 되는데?
Wonderful. Now you have to be quick. Go, and don't let anyone see you or there'll be trouble.
Wait, what do you mean I have to be quick? Aren't we going together?
You know, it's better if I stay here. One fellow attracts half the attention of two. Just go.
Very well.
Wonderful. Hey, good luck, Gregor. I'll wait here for you.
어딘데? 뽕을 어디서 갖고 오는데? 모르겠는데? 대표님. 조장구가 어딘데? 조장구 어딘지 좀 보자. 여기 어디야? 아닌 것 같은데. 전혀 모르겠는데 이거 어디지? 뭔가 저쪽에 이건가? 여기 아닌데? 여기 와인을 어디서 훔치는 거야? 여기는 아닐 거 아니야.
Who's there? Hey, what's going on there?
어딘지 모르겠네. 이거라는 소린가?
Who's that? Well, I never.
이거 어디야? 여기 어디야? 여기 같은데?
Vessels with quicksilver in them.
왜 이래? 아이씨, 불러와서 다시. 없나? 없나봐.
Hey! What?
Hey, who's there?
What's that?
날 보는 거 아니지?
Hey, who's there?
It's that touching, is it?
Touching? More like infuriating.
Yoo-hoo.
Abominable waste of parchment. You have no respect for right.
Even if just 2 or 3 of them do, it'll help us. So, to Abbot John.
To Abbot John.
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hardworking and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing. I'll say one thing, brother. This wine would grace the Pope's table.
뭐지? 아니, 뭐지? 뚠뚠.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
깜짝아, 씨.
Probably the same as you. I want to be able to read in peace and quiet. And not just the books they make us read.
Ah, I see. Well then, I'll just concentrate on what I'm doing and pretend you're not here. You do the same.
As you wish. And if I could recommend some good reading to you, you'll find it in that locked cabinet. It's full of forbidden books. Until recently it was still unlocked. But after something vanished, they've kept it locked tight.
If something vanished, I can understand why.
Books are meant to be read, so why keep them hidden away? If you're able to get inside, I'll be grateful till the day I die. All I'll do is leaf through a few books and then put them right back. Oh, you frighten me. Why aren't you in the dormitory?
Oh, you frightened me. Why aren't you in the dormitory?
뭐야? 누워 있었단 말이야? 개 뛰어오는 거 봐.
What are you doing here?
What are you...
What? As you...
If something...
Books are meant to... What are you doing outside at night? You should be sleeping, not scaring people.
뭐지? 근데? 뭐요? 없는디? 응? 이게 잘 안 되네. 뭐지? 됐다. 그러면서
What do we have here? A nice sharp dagger. Now what would a monk need that for? 뭐 6시인가?
Peace be with you, brother.
Not now, brother. After Mass.
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place? Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
Very well, brother. I accept my punishment.
I still need to look through your pockets to see if you have anything you shouldn't. You have a weapon. Here in the monastery, you failed to complete.
이렇게 끝날 수는 없어. 이렇게 되면 어떻게 돼? 아비. 이었지. 원하는 건 오직잖아. 그래서 한 말이죠. 그냥 좀 넣자.
What do we have here? A nice sharp dagger. Now what would a monk need that for?
Brother, you were somewhere you shouldn't have been. Don't you know your place?
뭐야?
Don't you know where you're permitted to enter and where your presence is forbidden?
I've had enough of this. You'll never put me in seclusion.
You dare resist punishment?
Yeah, you.
A monk's got no business out here. What happened to your vows?
Good luck to you.
우리 훔치는 거야 그랬던가? 이런 게 있구나.
Aren't you meant to be in the monk? What's going on?
Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
아, 이렇게 꼬였네 이거. 방에 한번 갔다가 나와야겠네. 어쩔 수가 없겠네.
treasure is in the...
괜찮네.
Peace be with you, brother.
Brother.
Very well, brother. I accept.
Now.
락키 뺏기는 거 아니야, 그럼? 락픽 뺏겼을 것 같은데. 배워봤는데. 락픽은 있어야 되는데. 있으니까 락픽 바깥에서 주워도 되긴 하지. 열쇠도 뺏기는 거 아니야? 뭐가 없어진지 봐. 좀 남아있고. 나머지가 다 뺏겼구나. 몇시?
What would you like?
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you. There's a dangerous criminal hiding in the monastery, and I came here to look for him.
Ha! I knew it! He's a villain. Who are you, though? Oh, it's better not to ask, isn't it? It's always safer not to ask.
Never mind that. Who's a villain?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense. He's a criminal fleeing justice.
What are you talking about? You clearly know something I don't.
I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. He's no monk. That's what my gut tells me. And my gut's never wrong. What are you going to do to that fellow once you find him?
I don't know yet.
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about it. Not act on your own.
I'm interested in the other novices. Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
What can you tell me about...
Oh, I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown...
Sounds like you don't...
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
I'm interested in...
Nobody knows much about him.
Do you have any grounds?
Quite a lot.
Readings on the spirit side. Let us do what the prophet prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard with my mouth. I must neither crumble nor kept silent. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more ought the punishment for sin.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
Therefore, since the spirit of
There's something I should tell you. Something you won't be happy to hear. I'm here to find someone and, well, to do away with him. But listen, it's not murder. Not when it's a man like him. He's one of the brigands who burned down Neuhof. He doesn't deserve to live.
What's he doing here? And who are you?
They call him pious because he used to be a priest. When he found out a lot of people were after him, he hid away here. And as you can see, escaped suspicion. They sent me here to find him and bring him to justice. He's one of the novices.
So we have one outlaw and one assassin in our midst. This place is a lot more exciting than I expected. Do you know who it is?
Well, that's just it. It could be Antonius?
Antonius? He's a fine fellow. No, it can't be him. Although, you never know what's hiding beneath a man's skin.
See how hard it is? It could be anyone, and at the same time, nobody in particular.
To that end, we think that the times for each may be prescribed. Humility and submission, inspired by reverence. But as
I won't tell you more, and I'd like you to keep silent about this too.
You're talking about killing in the monastery. I really should report it.
Would you do that? I have a feeling you wouldn't.
You're right. I'll keep it to myself. I've got problems enough of my own without involving myself in yours. And besides, I mean to be gone from here within a year, so why should I care what happens with the monastery?
Thank you, Siskin. I appreciate it.
we think that the times for each may be prescribed as follows. From Easter until the calends of October.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
What troubles you?
I'm interested in the other novice. What can you tell me about Siskin?
Oh, he's always got a smile on the new friend. But I reckon he don't be... I'm surprised he hasn't been...
Or maybe...
Me?
You're most likely right.
Oh, well, I should say so. Thinking...
I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humble, kept silence even for good. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times to refrain even from good speech, so much the more...
There's something I should tell you.
You're looking for someone? But you're a novice.
I am a novice.
Why would you be looking amongst monks?
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out.
I heard something.
Because you could help me. It has to be one of the other.
That can't be. Have you told the...
Talk to him. Do you have any idea which of the novices could be the imposter I'm looking for?
I don't know, and I don't...
In the night, I overheard the cicadas in the cellar. They were talking about you.
Oh, no. So it's still not over. This isn't a life in service of God. This is purgatory.
Lucas, what's going on?
What do you think? Just like you, I saw the cicadas drinking and playing hazard as if they were in a brothel.
We'd be safer not to get mixed up in the affairs of our superior brethren.
You're probably right. But I was naive and hoped I could fix things.
I warned them if they didn't stop, I'd go and tell the prior. But instead of mending their ways, they vented their anger on me.
You've picked the wrong people to make enemies of, Lucas, they told me. Now I can't even count how many days and nights I've spent locked up in solitary confinement for the tiniest offences, or for no offence at all.
The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called. And should know
is there something I can do to help?
Would you?
From him, more is required.
I think all it might take is for you to go and sit down with them. Have a talk, set things straight, then they'd leave me alone. And I'm afraid even this path leads nowhere. They'd probably start hounding you as well.
You're right. This ought to stay between the two of us. I'm sure our brother...
I pray that's true.
Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of silence.
모르겠다. 나머지 나중에 하지. 에휴.